Excellent. All right, everybody. How is everybody doing? Tony the Arcade Dad here, and today we are with 3 of the members of the Claw Council, which I am super excited to have on with us. We have Noladad08. Noladad, say hi to everybody.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream.
Awesome. We also have JJ General 1. Joe, what's going on, man? How are you doing today?
What's happening, everyone? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. And Drew, the Midway Maniac, how's it going, man?
Hello, I'm doing good. How are you, Tony?
Hello, Drew. I am doing fantastic. How are you doing, man? So we got these guys.
What just happened?
I think we lost Tony.
I think Tony dropped out.
We lost Tony.
I need to go to YouTube right now and see what's happening.
It's on his channel. I'm watching it right now. I got a separate window up.
But is he still talking?
Are there snipers?
It's going to be fantastic. We just had a little glitch in the system, but we're back up now. Noladad, which just got to join back in. And Drew's over there playing on his phone. So I'm going to be asking these guys just a bunch of questions so you guys can get to know them as well as I know them. And we're also going to be talking to you guys about some Toreba strategies, which is going to be really cool. Because I know I've gotten a bunch of questions about Toreba. Joe's done a bunch of stuff on Toreba, gotten a bunch of cool wins. And Noladad08, whenever he joins back in, has gotten some pretty sweet wins on Toreba as well. How's that sound to you guys?
Sounds fantastic.
Excellent. How's it sound to you, Joe?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. And Brian, how does everything sound to you? Also, by the way, welcome back. He's muted, but I'll say it for him. That sounds fantastic, Tony. Excellent.
I was just checking to make sure it wasn't anything on my end. So,
oh no, I think Trey jumped so hard in his bouncer it knocked Nashville's internet off for about 20 seconds.
All right. Well, at least we know the root cause.
Yeah, right. I'm telling you, it's that 9.0 on the Richter scale from Trey's feet. So, Brian, we're gonna start out with you with a couple questions first. Sound good?
Absolutely, man. Fire when ready, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna warm you up first, man. If everybody saw my video from this morning, I went and I won 90 airheads from the arcade. It was insane, and I've been eating them non-stop since I got back from the arcade from recording that video. My favorite is a combination of watermelon and the mystery flavor. I'd twist them together because I'm just fat. Brian, what is your favorite airhead? And also your girls, if they've ever had airheads before. I don't know if you let them eat it. But what are their favorite flavors as well?
So first off, we love airheads. They're always a favorite. Obviously, the kids love them. And we're pretty simple. I mean, it's the mystery flavor. I mean, it's just a lot of fun to see what it's going to be. We're not advanced like you, Tony. We haven't mixed them together yet. I think we'll have to give that a try. But for the most part, it's mystery flavor all around for us. And congratulations on making sure that some poor soul at an arcade had to count out an entire box of airheads for you. I am sure there is a list somewhere with your name on it. Congratulations.
Yeah, about that. It wasn't that serious. It was really funny though, because the girls at the counter, what really happened was I won a little bit under 90, so they couldn't actually open a new box to count them out, just take a couple and give me the box. So instead of having to count out like 87 airheads, they just said, dude, just take the box. We don't want to be a part of any of that. So good thing for those girls, they didn't have to count all that stuff out. So my first question for you, man, how did the Noladad08 channel start? Like, what's the story behind this channel?
So it's crazy because we didn't set out to actually start a channel, which is the reason why the channel's name is Noladad08, which is probably one of the worst arcade names you can pick for an arcade channel. This was an account that I had, that I've had for a long time to share videos and basically of the family. YouTube was a great neutral place to store videos and share them. We tried Facebook, that was a failure. So where NOLA Dad came from was there was a group of dads in the New Orleans area that were stay-at-home dads. And I was a stay-at-home dad for 3 years. So we would exchange videos and things like that. And my first daughter was born in 2008. So NOLA Dad 08. There you go. When we started, doing arcade and claw machines, my daughter was like, "Hey, Dad, can you take a video of me winning at the claw machine so I can share it with the kids at school?" That's pretty much how it started. We just started like taking these videos and putting them on YouTube. And after a while, she came to me and started showing me the YouTubers that she watched, and said, "Hey, do you mind can we do our videos like this?" Which was kind of her way of saying, "Hey, Dad, those videos are horrible, and I'd really like for you to clean them up." And, she kind of sat down and told me, "I really want a channel." And that was my oldest daughter, Elise. And the rest is history.
That sounds that's actually a really cool story, bro. That sounds so disrespectful. I'm sorry.
No, what happened?
$50.
Everybody get in. Devil Deep Down, bro. You are a hero, man. You have made it onto Super Chat, Charlie, right here. Thank you so much for that $50 donation in the Super Chat, dude. You are a superstar. Oh, my God. Yeah, that just happened. Sorry, my screen isn't going with the chat right now. That's insane. So I had to bring it up on my phone. I was like, why is there no chat? And then that's the first thing that popped up. Dude, thank you so much. By the way, guys, just getting this out. We are doing the Claw Council Hangout in Dallas, Texas at the Grapevine Arcade on June 9th. Myself, NOLA Dad 08, Dragon Claw Games, and the Midway Maniac are all going to be there. And every penny that we raise on Super Chats from right now until June 9th are going straight towards that hangout to help us cover expenses, because it's really expensive to set up 4 YouTube channels going to 1 arcade at the same time. And dude, that is insane. Thank you so much. You are a hero, man. He says, this is because you're amazing and you know it. No, dude, you are amazing. Thank you so much for that, dude. I just like drooled all over the place. That was way unnecessary. Dude, Devil Deep Down, thank you so much, man. You rock, dude. Like, for real, you rock. Real quick, let me run through these comments real quick, because like I said, they're not scrolling on my screen for some reason. I'm gonna fix that before we get into the next question. But Guy Dell, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you're here. Arcade Chaos, hello, what's up? No, Claw Dad 6, what's going on, man? Arcade Chaos, what's going on? Thank you so much, Arcade Chaos, because it was your message that actually made me scroll to see what was going on with that awesome super chat from Devil Deep Down, dude. You guys rock. Y'all are all fantastic. Last Unicorn says, I spent $70 trying to win a Cubone. I could totally see that. Last Unicorn says, I'm obsessed with Toreba. I got a prize in the mail today. That is fantastic. I got just a whole bunch of them over the past week. And rolling through these, I am just ecstatic right now about that super chat. That's absolutely insane. Real quick, let me try to get my to get this thing going on real quick, so I can actually see the comments as they come in, because that's insane.
I'm taking credit for that, because I had an awesome story. So
it was the fantastic story. That's what it is.
It was too amazing, Brad. Thank you. $50 though makes for like an amazing UFO catcher video of round 1 though, so that donation's like huge. That's awesome.
All right, so let me mute this because that's insane. There we go.
That was actually there before, like right as we started. I just didn't want to say anything until you saw it.
Dude, I don't know if you guys saw me in the little chat corner down there, but I was like losing my mind. Dude, Devil Deep Down, for real though, man. You're fantastic, dude. Thank you so much for that. You are an absolute hero.
Any more crazy than you normally do? I mean,
a little bit. I got some coffee and some of this and like 90 airheads, so it's going to be an interesting day.
So yeah, I was thinking anybody who has eaten airheads all day and washed it down with coffee would probably be, having that level of a seizure anyway.
And I have a list of questions I'm supposed to be professional about too. Lucky Horsey says, will you ever do a meet and greet in Georgia? Any of you guys? Don't know. That's we're all still relatively on the lower end of the YouTube spectrum. So who knows what the future could bring. I know I'm in Nashville, so I'm actually not too far from Georgia. And maybe late this summer, early this fall, Jen and I are planning on hitting up the round one in Atlanta. But we'll let you know if you really want to come to Atlanta and hang out with us, then you're more than welcome to do so. Okay. Let's see. I hate to burst your bubble, but he donated it before Nola started his story. Oh, Arcade Chaos just shut you down, broseph.
Dude, I'm so used to it. Trust me, the house that I live in, that's just another Tuesday.
Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. Brian, what's going on, man? Hopefully Devil Deep Down hangs out with us for a little bit longer and gets to know a lot of you guys as well. Because you know, this my channel will not be where it is without the guys that are hanging out in the bottom corner on this side of the screen, man. Yeah, I apologize that I didn't get to see that a little bit earlier. My chat window is just totally frozen up on the side. But we got it fixed and we're going to be moving forward now. So Brian, Nola at 08, next question. Since you just told that fantastic story, channel influencers for you. Who were some people that, you know, you watched and you looked up to before you decided to actually like migrate over into an actual arcade, arcade niche channel?
So for me, YouTube was very transactional. You know, how do you change the oil in a tractor or something along those lines? It really wasn't for entertainment until my daughter got into YouTube. The very first channel that I ever subscribed to was actually not an arcade channel. It was actually the Tim Tracker, because we kind of got started around April. We were going to Disney World, and the Hollywood Studios was under heavy construction, and I needed information. Uh-oh. Do I need to pause? Okay.
I
just
love
making
Tim
sure.
Tracker. Okay, I'll stop talking.
Okay, you love Tim Tracker. Just making sure, because I'm still taking credit for my awesome stories. So no, so that was the first channel I ever subscribed to, and that was the first time I ever looked at YouTube for entertainment and not, you know, for some type of transactional query. We got back from April and from that trip, and we started posting videos on our Disney trip, and we started mixing in arcade. And then my daughter showed me 3 channels that were very influential. The first thing that we watched was Matt 3756. The second channel that we watched was Plush Time Wins, and then later we discovered the Crane Couple. When we were watching these 3 channels kind of together, and what would happen is I would come home from work and the kids would get on my lap and we would watch these channels, and it just kind of grew from there. Watching those YouTube channels, and then the kids would go to the arcade and, you know, I'm going to be mad, or I'm going to do, you know, this, or, you know, they would, it got to be so much fun. So that was our influencers, or how we kind of, you know, started looking at YouTube.
That is awesome. Yeah, Matt is a huge influencer to a lot of us. And Crane Couple, I've watched a couple of their stuff, never really got too much into it. Mostly because I was watching, like Matt 3756, Arcade Warrior, like high energy stuff. And then they were like the family niche at that point in time with him and his wife. And that really wasn't for me until recently. And so, that's actually really cool background. And it's a good thing that you didn't look at them and say, yeah, I want a channel and I want to be exactly like this person. Because a good thing about your channel is you incorporate the entire family like no one else does that I've seen. And it's just really, really cool to see how your family meshes. And it's like a completely different niche of your own.
I appreciate that, because it is very difficult. We all have very different personalities, and making sure that everyone can contribute is very hard, because they all want to do things in their own way. Speaking, of that, we just recently did a collab. We've actually done a couple of collabs with Dragon Claw Games. And what's great is they understand that when we as a family hit the arcade, the video is not the priority. It's not the primary reason why we're there. We're there to have fun as a family. So if the kids want to do something else, or they want to go in a certain direction, that's where it's going to go. and you're not going to stop that, which was a lot of fun. And so to see that, we have to be very careful about who we collab with. So that's why it was a lot of fun to collab with Dragon Claw Games. I just posted a video on my channel of a collab that we did with them in Kemah, at the Kemah Boardwalk on the Galaxy Arcade. It was great because they had a quick drop at 1,000 tickets, and Kevin and I decided we would do a quick drop battle, and it actually got physical. There was contact. If this was a NASCAR race, there would be some fender bending going on to see who could get to that 1,000 tickets first. So it was a lot of fun. I'm just having a ton of fun, and I think it shows because I'm with them.
That is awesome, man. And that's good that you mentioned the DCG collab, because we're about to get into that. Let's see. Last Unicorn says, "Oh, was he the guy in the red shirt on DCG yesterday?" Yep. Let's see. Going back through these comments real quick, just so we could keep it moving over here on the right side of the screen. Let's see. Judge General is asking questions. That's cool. Thanks for moderating the chat over there. Ashley, what's going on? Welcome to the stream from downstairs. That's awesome. Let's see. Plush on Wednesday were the first arcade people I started watching. That's awesome, Last Unicorn. Let's see. Brian Cruz says, Tony, hit me up on Snapchat. Will do, bro. Let's see. I love DCG too. Yeah, DCG is awesome. They would be here tonight, but they're actually out recording right now, so they can't be here tonight. But we're gonna try and get them in and do something similar to this as well. So Brian, you mentioned you did the collab with DCG. How did that go? I know you said it got a little bit physical, and I saw both sides of the story, and it seemed really, really interesting, and I was just laughing the entire time. How did that go for you?
It was a lot of fun. Like I said, with me being a family channel, I am I have to be very selective about collabs, right? I mean, it's just, I would love to say I could go and collab with everyone, but it's just not that easy. So to be able to have a group that I can bring my children to, and they are just wonderful with the kids. They have a great chemistry with the kids, and it works. And I just can't stress enough that when you're with your kids, there is no plan. You're not going to sit there and go, I am going to do this video. That's not the way it works. You turn on the camera, you wait and see what happens, and then you piece it all together later in editing and try and get some form of controlled chaos. So, I mean, I know if anybody's seeing this, I do get requests for collabs, and I politely tell people it's just not that easy for me. It's not because I don't want to do them. It's just because it involves my kids, it's really hard. And I also don't want to make a commitment that I can't live up to and tell you I'm going to collab or I'm going to do something on this date. And then, for whatever reason, I just can't make it. So it's a lot of fun to be able to collab with someone like that.
That's awesome. Yeah, man. So yeah, I bet it is huge trying to get your entire family, because if you have to do like a face-to-face collab, what's up, Trey? Then you have to like uproot the entire family and move forward. And I'm actually finally getting a taste of that myself with this guy, and it's not as easy as you made it look whenever you went out there and did the DCG collab. How did that entire like trip work out for you guys?
Well, the issue is it turned super cold. We were staying at the Kemah Boardwalk, and that was hard because we didn't pack any winter clothes. The Kemah Boardwalk had a Bubba Gump shrimp right across from our hotel, and when it got cold, our entire family got outfitted in Bubba Gump shrimp clothing. So it looked like just a horrible Sadie Hawkins picture. It was just god awful. But if there's ever like a Bubba Gump family picture that's ever required, I mean, we've got the sweatshirts and the hats and everything to go with it. So that was a little interesting. The thing with Kemah though is because we were staying on the boardwalk, we got to go into the park early. Not because we had some special access, but because when we walked out, we were already in the park. So what we would do is we would go hit up all the claw machines before the park opened early, and those made for some awesome videos. It was just so much fun. Look at that guy smiling.
Yeah, he is having a blast in here. Huh.
I think we need to have a new world record for the world's cutest and happiest and most awesome arcade baby. See, he likes that idea. See? Trey, guess what?
Okay.
June 9th, we're gonna get to meet you. Dude, why are you so cute? Oh, I know why you're laughing at his joke about Koi has a lot of sand. See?
Yeah.
Sorry, Koi has a lot of sand.
All right, Brian. And I have one more question for you, dude. But I'm gonna save this one a little bit later into the broadcast. So I'm gonna move over to Joe, JJ General. What's up, man?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, buddy.
Oh, there we go.
All right. So my first question for you, and Brian, if you could be so kind and hit up that chat for us, since I can't look at 4 people at once. If
I don't want to be the only person with light, so I won't. But at this man, seriously.
That's my ear, bro. All right, JJ General, how did your channel start? Because I know you have a pretty interesting story as well.
Well, so my channel started, I actually created it when YouTube first started, long time ago, probably about I forget when YouTube started. It was April of whatever year that was, 2006 or something like that. And I think my channel started in November 2006. It was somewhere for me to just upload stuff. I would record stuff out there in the world and be like, oh, I want other people to see this, so I would put it out on my YouTube channel. Dude, you're having so much fun there. I'm sorry, I'm just distracted. I'm trying to tell my story here and I'm getting so distracted because this is just so cute and so funny to watch. But so how my channel was sort of somewhere to not necessarily a content creator kind of thing, but I can't even concentrate, man. You're too funny. Not somewhere as a content creator, but just stuff that I shot out there. Say, flooding rains, or hey, check out this rainbow, or things like that. It didn't start until I found another YouTuber who was local to me in Pittsburgh, and his name happens to be Matt3756. Seems to be a pretty popular YouTuber that everybody knows. At least if you're in the arcade area, you know Matt3756. Usually, almost everybody does. I found out he was local to me. I found out he was having some meet and greets. I went and hung out with him. And then I started hitting deal or no deal jackpots and some of the other jackpots at these meet and greets. And he's telling me, dude, you need to showcase your skills. You need to start filming yourself doing this and putting it out there for people to watch. He goes, you have the ability. You just need to get it out there. So that's kind of how my channel delved into the arcade world, and then started focusing more on that and actually becoming a content creator for the arcades.
Yeah, that's actually a really, really cool story. The Matt himself said you need to start a YouTube channel and showcasing your skills. That's actually really impressive. And I think
756.
I think that gives me the answer to the next question. But what are some influencers that you looked up to whenever you started your channel?
Well, okay, so for me, obviously the biggest one is Matt. I mean, he basically told me, dude, go out here and start a channel. I didn't really watch, he was probably the only one I watched for arcades. I don't know if anyone else was even around really at that time when I started watching him in 2013. I don't know if there were any other really arcade channels out there at the time. As far as influence, but there were other people that did let's plays, things like that. I mean, and it's oh, hey, if I put stuff out here on the internet, people are going to watch it. So, I mean, some of my people that inspired me, the Rooster Teeth Clan, Achievement Hunter down in Texas. I love watching their let's plays. I would love to go hang out with them and play some GTA 5 and stuff with them, but that's completely different realm of what I do on my channel. But people like that, I mean, just people that are out there and doing what they love to do. That is what really inspired me, knowing that they're having fun doing it and they're entertaining people doing it. And that's why I do what I do, because I'm out there, I'm having fun doing it, and now I'm entertaining people doing it myself.
Absolutely. And I kind of had the same initial drive and motivation whenever we started our channel. It was pretty much like, oh, dude, these guys go out and they just play games and have fun and just have a blast, and other people watch them and just get a kick out of it. I want to be like that. I want people to join us with our fun, have fun in the process, and, you know, just reach as large of an audience as possible and make sure everyone's having fun. So, if I'm not mistaken, you don't do a lot of your own camera work, and you do also do some camera work for someone else. Do you you want to tell everybody who that is, and also how does it feel to be a part of that personally?
Wait, hold on. I gotta say it. When the first time we were watching one of Joe's videos, and my kids realized that who was actually recording Joe, I turned to them and said, Joe is so awesome that if you don't have 1 million subs, you can't film Joe. And they just looked at me and that dad, you know, wisdom, and just went, whoa. And that's how I introduced Joe to the family.
Oh man, thank you. But that's actually pretty funny. I I have to laugh at that, Brian, because that is absolutely hilarious. But no, it's just I got lucky, I guess, that, you know, I started becoming friends with Matt. Like, it didn't start right away. It was like, hey, you know, go to Hangouts, play the arcade games, and then it was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go to the arcade today. Hey Joe, do you want to come help me film? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And so I would help him film, and then he's like, dude, you know exactly where to point the camera and where, when, and everything else. And I'm like, oh, okay. But it got kind of lucky that, you know, sometimes when I go to film, I have an experienced person who's there with me to, you know, hit the right angles, hit the right spots, knows exactly where to shoot, and from the best, I guess you could say.
That is fantastic, and myself and everyone else in the Claw Council needs to enroll in the Jelly School, because, you know, we are all super jealous about that. That is so cool.
I don't want you guys to be jealous, though. That's the thing. I mean, and trust me, I get plenty of hate on Matt's channel. Like, you know, they always say don't read the comments. Read the comments, and, you know, I get a lot of hate. I get it. I have a very annoying voice. I get it. It's one of those things. It's like, I try, like, I always tell Matt, I'm like, dude, I'm not going to talk during this video at all. And he's like, no, I want you to. He's like, I want you to interact. It kind of makes it more personal. But I'm like, dude, they hate me. Like, they don't want me to talk and all this other stuff. But yeah. You're still muted.
Oh, okay. So the two things that people told me when I started were, A, you need to upload on a schedule, and B, never, ever read your comments unless you plan on responding to all of them. And me being the rebel that I am, which just is going to be horrible for me whenever Trey becomes a teenager, because, yeah, that's just going to be bad. He's already bad. But I decided, okay, not only am I going to read every single comment that I get, but if it's not a spam comment, I'm going to respond to every single comment that I get if there is a way to respond to it. And I make sure to do that as much as humanly possible. Joe, thanks so much for sharing that background stuff with us. I'm going to jump over to Drew now. I know he's over there just itching to run his mouth and talk. So, Drew, what's up?
I'm muted. What's up, Tony?
How's it going? How's your corner?
Pretty good. Got
Grounded?
the GoPro files downloading, so I can't complain. It's working.
So what are you doing on your phone over there? You said something about editing a video and stuff from your phone. How's that working out for you today?
Pretty good. Oh, is that a pop figure? And Joe, do you have Jerry Garcia behind you? Is that what that is? The pop figure? I think so. I like that.
Yes, I have a Jerry Garcia behind me back here.
Yeah. You notice how that's the first thing I pick up is the pop. I have an issue. All right. So, Tony, what do you want to ask me before I get distracted with...
Well, you just led right into it, man. How are everybody, by the way, this is Drew the Midway Maniac, another member of the Claw Council. A lot of you guys should know him. He's the younger version of me with the red hair and everything. He's what I look like whenever I was like 8.
8? Oh, thanks, Tony.
You're awesome, Drew. But this is a more personal question for you. How did you get into collecting pop figures?
Okay, so I have an obsession with Disney, right? And Hot Topic had this exclusive Maleficent pop with like a crazy cool clothes chase. And I was like, I need this. So my dad and I, being crazy, that you guys know that I'm crazy, we woke up at like 6 in the morning to go get this thing, and we waited for like 4 hours outside of a store. And then I started like looking at Pops more because I got this chase, and then it like turned into a crazy collection that I don't want to talk about. So yeah, that one little figure changed everything.
And so, of course, since you don't want to talk about it, I'm going to ask further.
Yeah.
How many pops do you have?
I think it's like 100 or so. Mostly just Disney. And like most of them are chases, because I just like chases. I don't care what the chase is. If it has a sticker on it, I want it. Oh,
that is a lot of pops.
Yes. It's a crazy corner.
Yeah, so wow, I'm a little bit baffled by that one. How did you get into starting your YouTube channel?
Okay, so ever since I was like, I don't know, 5 or 6, I just would go to the arcade because it's like a fun thing to do for a kid, So I just was like play arcade videos, and around I think like 2011, 2010, 2011, I found Matt. Obviously, because Matt is the king of all arcades, let's be honest. Jody, so I found Matt, and I watched him for like a year, and then I just stopped watching him. I don't know why. And then I would just, whenever I started watching YouTube again a couple of years later, I found Matt again. I'm like, oh, I remember this guy. And I was just watching his old videos from like when he went to that one arcade in the mall with all those UFO catchers and claws. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Joe, what are you doing? All right, so
Joe, that was the most fantastic hat I've ever seen.
And then by like 2014 and 2015, there was more people doing arcade stuff. So like once I found Matt and started watching Matt a lot, and just was only Matt, Plush Time Win started to pop up, and arcades were a bigger thing. So I was like, okay, I like these people and stuff. And then all the Instagram accounts, like all that stuff. And then believe it or not, Quick Drop and Whack and Win. Whack and Win and Quick Drop lead to all this channel thing. Because whenever I started learning about Whack and Win, and I realized that I could beat it like one every 3 or 4 times, I was like, oh, I need to get like tickets out of this. So I just started winning a lot of tickets out of it. And then I got like a PS4 from Whack and Win alone. And then I was like, ooh, this is fun. So I started going to arcades even more and more and more and more and more. And then I got good at Quick Drop, and then, Explosion and all this stuff. And then once I started realizing I was good at games, I went to that Plush Time Wins meet and greet in like 2016. They're like, you need to start a channel. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I do. So just like Whack and Win really, Matt and Whack and Win, believe it or not, led to this.
That's a really weird combination of two things that lead up to a channel, man.
It's weird. But it's fun. I don't know.
That's awesome though. So going back into the collab scenario that we were talking about with Brian over there from NOLA Dad 08, you did a collab with NOLA Dad 08 as well as Dragon Claw Games, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Right, how was your experience with that? Because I know that we all have just a butt ton of collabs coming up in June, and I need to know what I'm getting into.
Oh yeah. So it was super fun because like Kevin and Shannon, I first met them at the Plush Time Wins meetup, and they were like super cool. Ooh, it's Sumiko Rashi. Ooh. So I first met them at the Plush Time Wins meetup. We were talking a little bit before that, and then we just got to know each other, became friends and all. Yeah, move this, and then I met Brian, I think through Dragon Claw, maybe. I really don't remember, to be honest. But whenever Brian came out here in what was that? February? Yeah, February like 14th. Yeah, February. His daughters got sick, unfortunately, but we ended up meeting up later one night around 1, and we just had tons of fun, because it's like there are cameras, but you're actually in person with the person, so like even though you're recording, you're still in person, and you can hang out with them in between the recording and stuff. And Kevin and Shannon are awesome too. Just lots of fun, all of the arcade stuff.
And Drew, remember you did a great NOLA Dad 08 impression. You remember that?
I look so much like you. It just happened.
Oh, it's the resemblance is
it's crazy.
Candy.
I know.
I know it had me completely fooled. I was like, Whoa! I didn't even know there were two Brians. That's insane.
But honestly, that Pink Panther jackpot was one of the funnest arcade memories I have because, like, the game before that, I died. And then this next game, I did the same exact thing, just one little difference in one. Like, it was crazy. That was tons of fun, though.
Yeah, Pink Panther is a special game, man. That's actually one of my absolute favorite games. The only bad thing is I have to drive 4 hours before I can play it. So if y'all ever see that I'm playing the Pink Panther game, that means I drove a very far place to be able to play this game, and it's nuts. But that is one of my all-time favorite games.
You'll be happy to hear that Nickel-Rama and Round 1 in Grapevine and Round 1 in Arlington have it.
Well, it looks like we're going to be heading over to Nickel-Rama after round 1 then, doesn't it?
And it's 500 tickets.
It's not too bad. Not too bad at all.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that actually is really, really.
But I'm just super excited about those new games at Round 1 in Grapevine. Okay, I'm going to stop getting off topic. I saw Tyrobe, I'm like...
So that's what I was going to get into was the amount of jackpots that you get on a regular basis is semi level obnoxious sometimes. What do you do to make sure that you can hit as many jackpots as you do? And by the way, how in the flying heck did you come out and smash like 2,000 on Flappy tickets?
Okay, so going back to Whack-In and Quick Drop, I think like because what happened was the SpongeBob Coin Pusher. I used to play that like a whole ton. And I love that game and just won a ton from it. And then Quick Drop came out, and I saw people winning the jackpot, YouTube stuff, just searching on YouTube. And once I saw the people were winning it, I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do that. So once I realized that, like, I could win something and possibly do it over and over and over, I got, like, more involved with it in the arcades. And then I started following when new games came out and got on that Dave & Buster's Reddit group and just tracking it more. And then whenever a new game came out and it was skill-based or somewhat skill-based, I would just try to learn it. And then little by little, it just builds up, you know? And that Flappy Bird, I still don't know how I did that, but it's on the original settings from, like, oh gosh. I don't know. Like, whenever Flappy Bird first came out, that machine's on the original settings. So it's like, I got good at Dave & Buster's because Dave & Buster's is harder. So once I went there and it was a little bit easier, it translates to 2,200 at that location. Like 600 Dave & Buster's is 2,200 there, if you know what I mean.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I still can't get more than 46, so it doesn't matter.
You know what, Tony? I'm going to open a free clinic on June 9th. We're going to teach you how to beat it.
Okay, and actually, speaking of June 9th, Drew, I don't see a lot of claw machine stuff on your channel. So I think since there are going to be challenges being thrown around and a lot of poop talk going back and forth between Claw Council members, I think I might as well just start it now and say, Drew, I am going to officially challenge you, surprise, to a Claw Council or a Claw Council challenge at the Hangout or somewhere around the Hangout. A claw machine challenge, me v you, buddy. How's that sound?
Sounds great. But I think it'll be me, but it's okay.
It's okay. I think Brian has one for me too. Brian, what did you say that you wanted to challenge me to?
Oh, so there's that list is long and distinguished, Tony. I mean, it's a long list. I think what I'd like to do is start out with Dizzy Chicken, and then follow it up with Down the Clown, and then move over to Cyclone. And by the way, you got to work through my 9-year-old first before you can get to me. She handles my light work. Just to let you know.
I've done pretty well with your challenges, right? I mean, you challenged me Cyclone, hit it the second try, and oh yeah, by the way, I did do that free play challenge. Did I meet your expectations on that one?
Okay. All right. Whoa. Before we get started, I was ambushed. I was flat out ambushed. Okay. I did issue you the challenge. I did say that it was free plays, but I need to be more specific in the future. And when you told me you were going to do it with Toreba, I assumed that it was going to be, you know, I would get to watch and make fun of you in real time. So I got hoodwinked, but fool me once, right? It won't happen again. But I'll get this challenge thing down. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll get a lot of video of you playing Cyclone against a 9-year-old girl, and that'll make up for it.
Yeah, that's gonna turn out to be a disaster.
Oh man.
Hey Bailey, how you doing?
I got a new doll.
What?
That is the birthday girl. Her birthday was yesterday, and her party is tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Bailey.
She's limited edition.
Whoa, limited edition.
Yeah, this is my limited edition doll I got for my birthday yesterday.
That is fantastic. So Bailey, since I'm interviewing your dad, I have a question for you. What is your favorite thing that you have won from the arcade?
Ooh.
I say,
You won a lot.
can it be with tickets or no?
It can be with tickets, even though Tony's muted.
No, I said you could use tickets or a claw machine. It's up to you.
Hello Kitty.
Yes.
Giant
So
Hello Kitty.
this right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a mermaid. Hold on, we don't want to have the entire prize room collapse again. But I'll move over
downstairs and play Battleship.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye. I'm not cool anymore. All right. That was it. I got that much attention. That was awesome. And I'll finish her answer. This mermaid Hello Kitty, Kevin from Dragon Claw Games, when we were down there, there's an upcoming video coming out where we're at main event. This was in the prize room. He saw Bailey go crazy over it, and he went and hit jackpots to win this for her. Now, that sounds noble, and because he's not here to defend himself, I'm going to say that they got there early and started hitting all the jackpots, so there was no way I could come behind him and win enough tickets. So I made him feel so guilty for destroying the hopes and dreams of a little girl. So, you know, I played on the heartstrings, and it worked because he was able to get her this Hello Kitty.
That is awesome, and it's huge too. Like I've seen it, but I haven't seen like how big that thing actually is. So going back into to Toreba, since I just absolutely smashed Noladad 08's challenge and got him on camera with showing him all my free plays in the process, which just made me super, super happy. We'll go into Brian from Noladad 08. Do you have any tips for everybody in the comment sections if they are going into Toreba with some free plays, or if they just put a couple dollars onto the Toreba themselves? What are some things that you do to make sure that you get wins?
So the main thing I do, and I don't play a lot of Toreba, but I did just recently follow some advice from a certain YouTuber, the Arcade Dad, and I was able to use a free play to get a win, which was super cool. The main thing I would say is if there's a prize that you want, watch other people play it first and find out what doesn't work. If you do get lucky enough and you see someone win, pay attention to how they won it. And by the way, Joe, that is awesome. That is so cool.
Why, thank you. And in fact, I'll talk for a second so it switches over. This is a water vortex lamp I got from an arcade.
That is awesome. So Tony, that's really the main tip that I have. I'm not really a Toreba expert. I've won a couple of things, but and I've won some cool things, Gudetama, giant slice of ham, those kinds of things, which are a lot of fun. But I usually just watch people, see what doesn't work, and then when I go to play, I just try something different.
That is a phenomenal tip, though. Joe, JJ General 1, what about you?
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the question. I was playing with my water vortex lamp. You're muted. Tony, you're muted.
Oh my gosh,
there you
stupid
go.
Mike. So any tips that you have for people that want to go over and play some Toreba? They're signing up, they get their free plays, or they already play, but they haven't won a lot yet. What are some things that you would suggest that they do?
I mean, Brian covered it pretty well there. You know, watch other people, learn how they play. Watch the Arcade Dad's video, and he'll give you some good tips on how to hit things properly and knock them in. But seriously, like, you know, I don't know what else could be said that hasn't already been said.
Okay, I had to make sure that my mic was unmuted again. It was not my buttons messed up. Drewski, have you won anything from Toreba? And if you have, what did you do to make sure that you got the prize in the shoot?
All right, so I know that like everybody said this, but I've won some like Disney Plus, like Toy Story, obviously, because I love Toy Story, and some Disney figures, some really Kuma bears, you know, all that Japanese stuff. And basically, the thing that I do is you got to focus on the machines that you want. So they probably have over like 200 prizes on there because they're growing, and they obviously have a lot more now. But basically, what you're gonna want to do is just sit on the machine that you want the prize and watch other people play. And this is honestly the biggest tip, and that's why every single person on here said it, and that's why Tony and Brian have that as their main tip. Because if you watch somebody play like 10 or 15 times and they don't barely move it or they don't move it at all, then chances are you're probably not going to get it either. But if, say, it's like a little plush and you notice that they're going for the front, they spin it over and they get it in 6 tries, then you know you can do that same exact thing and win it for cheap. Or if it's like a figure, there are certain ways that if something's sitting, and you pick it up from the front, it'll tip in, or if you drag it from the side and it will twirl in. There's just watching people play. People win in ways that you wouldn't even think of. So if you just watch people play and then see exactly how it can go in, and then, for example, if it's sitting in that same exact spot that somebody won and nobody's playing, just hop in there and you can snack something in 1 to 5 tries, which honestly isn't that bad for the free shipping and stuff. So those are my tips, and that's basically what everybody else would say.
Fantastic tips, guys. And if you guys want any tips from me, I have a whole 15-minute video dedicated directly to that on the channel. Definitely check it out. It starts out with me formally accepting Brian Noladad08's challenge in a kind of unorthodox way. I watched a video that he told me to watch where he challenged me. I called him on video call to formally accept his challenge. I did it all on camera. And then I go into explaining to you guys not only what I won, but how I won it. And then I finish up the video with an unboxing of everything that I did win. There's 2 dang near close to impossible wins on there that I can't even explain happened. So if you want to see that, then definitely go check out that video. It's really, really cool video. It should be on the homepage of the YouTube channel and all that good stuff. But guys, that is a little bit about Noladad08, JJ General 1, and the Midway Maniac, 3 of the other 4 members of the Claw Council. And I'm going to go into answering pretty much my own questions. What got me started into YouTube? Oh yeah, Brian, thank you for putting that in the chat. You could check all of us out over at www.clawcouncil.com. That is our official Claw Council website. If you want to search directly for the page of each individual Claw Council member, all you have to do is type in www.clawcouncil.com/ and their channel name. So mine is clawcouncil.com/thearcadedad. So you could definitely go check us out over there. So what got me started in our channel is I always watched arcade YouTube since, I'd say 4 or 5 years now. And because I've been playing at the arcade for a very, very long time, and it's been a blast. I love doing it. And I've always watched this stuff. And Jen has actually never really been to too many arcades before she came up here to the United States from the Philippines. So I took her over to Dave & Buster's. She watched me hit Whack and Win, which was really funny. That's kind of one of the defining moments of Drew's channel as well. And she saw me hit it after doing it a couple times, feeling how it's going to work out. And she recorded it on her phone, and she was like, why don't we put this on YouTube? And me being a smart butt that I am, turned around and was like, well, yeah, Jen, I could totally do that. What should I call it? The Arcade Dad? Because at the time we just found out that we were going to be having a kid. And she was like, yeah, you should call it the Arcade Dad. And ever since then, we kind of grew on our channel. Some of the influencers for my channel, of course, were Matt3756. I watched the Arcade Warrior because he was goofy and super funny. And at that point in time, I had a lot of high energy stuff going on in my life as well. I'm a surfer, I'm a scuba diver, a cave diver. I do magician stuff, escape artist stuff, pretty much everything. And that like matched my personality at that point in time. So I watched him. When Plush Time Wins came on the scene, I started watching those guys. I saw a couple things from the Crane couple, but like I said, that wasn't really like the niche I was into at that point in time. So those are the people that like influenced me whenever I was coming out to do my channel, which is really cool because I took, you know, little bits and pieces on how they did their channel, and then I put my own personality in it, my own personal spin, how I act with the channel, how I respond to all the comments, and how pretty much everything that I do is for all of you guys. It's for y'all's entertainment to come to the arcade with Jen and I and just hang out with us. And that's like the defining reason that we are actually calling this Claw Council thing the Claw Council Hangout, is so you guys could come and hang out with all of us. So let's see, Joe's pointing up to the corner of his screen. What's up, man?
Hang on, let me unmute my microphone real quick. No, I was just pointing to you and saying that's exactly what we're all about. You know, the family-friendly stuff and just want to entertain people. So that's why we're all doing it.
Absolutely, man. That is the sole purpose and the sole reason for these channels, for you guys' entertainment. So, because I know whenever I was having a really bad day at work, or I was bored, or it was raining and I was stuck inside and I just had nothing to do, I would always turn on YouTube and I'd watch gaming channels and especially arcade channels, because that's what I love to do. It was so fun. And, you know, it's being a part of something bigger than ourselves and being able to bring the entertainment to you guys to fill that little hole, you know, bad day, make your days better, you know, make the sun come out a little bit, I guess you could say. And that's what keeps us driving. Future collabs that I have coming up for my channel, it's been a little bit since I've done like a hard collab. I've done all sorts of distance collabs with Aloha Claw, and did one with Devil's Arcade Maniac. We had Plush Time Wins in one of our videos way back in the day when we were first starting, went out to one of their meet and greets and they let us record them while me and Angel went head to head on some stuff. Me and Crystal went head to head on some stuff. So, you know, nothing really in person yet because we're right in the middle of Nashville, Tennessee. You know, there's not many people that live around us that do arcades. But coming up on June 9th, like I said with the Hangout, we're going to be meeting up with No Let Dad 08, Dragon Claw Games, and the Midway Maniac. And I'm going to be in Dallas for a good 3 days. I'm going to be in Houston for 3 days after that. And then following that for Father's Day, I'm going to be in New Orleans with Brian from No Let Dad 08. So I'm going to have a lot of collaboration videos coming out starting at the beginning of June and just moving forward. So it's going to be a really, really busy time, but a really fun time as well. And then let's see. Yeah, and then my suggestions for Toreba all were covered in that Toreba video that I put out about a week and a half ago. And hopefully you guys saw it. And if you did see it, I hope that you guys could, you know, got some insight on, you know, what you could do on Toreba and how you guys could take some free plays that you get and actually take it and take that prize and put it in the prize chute so you guys could get a bunch of free stuff as well. Because, you know, y'all need to start winning too. I can't keep all the wins for myself because, I mean, this is what I'm dealing with in my room right now. This is my desk, and these are over the top of my desk, and my entire room is absolutely covered. So you guys got to go in there and take some of those wins as well. Brian, do you have anything to leave off with today? He's totally muted, so we'll skip him and we'll let him end it. Joe, JJ, oh, there he is.
Whoa. There was a little bit of a delay there. So say that again.
We're going to start wrapping up this stream. Do you have anything to end off with?
I absolutely do, and it's an accordion solo.
I knew we could all give this.
Myla he, Myla who.
Yeah.
Moving on over to JJ General 1. Do you have anything to leave off with today?
I do. Pull over for red lights or blue lights. No, I'm just kidding. Buckle up, guys. Stay safe out there and enjoy the entertainment.
And last but not least, Drew the Midway Maniac. What you got for us?
That I'll have a new video up in the next hour or hour and a half or so. So yeah.
So yeah, you definitely got to go check out Drew the Midway Maniac's new video. And for me, as always, guys, I want to thank all of you guys for watching. And my next video is coming out on Wednesday. It's going to be a pretty cool one. We're going to be covering the Elvis quarter coin pusher. So definitely not going to want to miss all the videos from the Claw Council. Check us all out, clawcouncil.com. Definitely be sure to be over at the Claw Council Hangout on June 9th in Dallas, Texas at the Grapevine Round 1 Arcade. It is going to be a blast. It's going to be myself, the Midway Maniac, Dragon Claw Games, and Nola Dad 08. It would be JJ General 1, but he has a previous family engagement to meet. It is going to be a blast, a fantastic time. You guys get to meet with us and watch the hilarity ensue while we try to do collaboration videos with 4 channels, 2 kids, and a baby. So that's going to be a great time. And as always, guys, remember, if you have trouble finding your inner child, it's probably at the arcade. Thank you one more time for hanging out with us today. And a special thanks to Devil Deep Down for his very generous super chat today. And we will see you next time. Peace.